the horse. Okay, so I want to bring up a really fun parallel. So you know how in the deck, you guys are represented by the chariot, right? Which is all about like chariot horses, all of that good stuff. So I love that this is coming up for you guys. This is very auspicious in my opinion, especially as we are about-ish to be in your birthday season coming up here. So the horse is very spiritual in nature. It is. So the horse can represent being able to, it's about spiritual pilgrimage, about being able to transcend time and space and really astral travel and all that good stuff. But the horse also represents feeling free and freedom. Right? And this is that really feeling of like, yes, like I'm free from anything that's ever, was limiting points of perspective, free from any ties that bind that were not of my highest and best good. It really feels like it's a new dawn, a new day, a new life. And you're feeling good. Galloping across the plains, right? This is beautiful here. This moon too really speaks of that spirituality and just feeling really grounded and good and where you are, not just where you are, but where you're going. Because that's what I was getting in your meditation. It was very active, like skyrockets in flight. It feels very much about where you're going. The horse also represents, for me energetically, being able to see both the past and the future in equal measure. That doesn't mean living in the past, right? One of you guys' superpowers is the past though. Because when you are a Cancer sign in alignment, every sign has shadow energy, darlings. That's just the way of things. But what you guys in alignment are really, really, really beautiful and talented at doing is being able to look at the past without succumbing to it or living in past energy, but being able to refer to it in order to inform your future. Looking to it for like a reference guide, it's like referring to your notes and going, how did I get from there to there? And then using that to inform your future steps. That feels really important. Okay. So let's see what's going on with my Cancers for second half of June. Eight of Wands. Did I literally not just say it's about where you're going and like with the swiftness, like your chariot? Woo, woo, woo. This is very much for me. Okay, first of all, this is movement. Okay? It's movement, just like this siren ambulance that's passing by right now. But it's upward movement. But why I'm obsessed with this is because, yes, it can absolutely represent communication coming in or going out, okay? Communication of a new job offer from a prospective love interest, yada-da. However, my favorite aspect of this key is the spiritual ascension. You're climbing the ladder of your spirituality because 8 is the number of, abundance and fulfillment and prosperity, right? And then we got the sunflowers here, repping August. August feels really good for a few signs. Actually, August was coming up. But this is upward ascension and movement and prosperity and all the good things. I love it. Oh, the places you'll go. Okay, just heard that. Ooh, shaka-laka-laka-la. So we got the Tower energy here. So let's talk about this. It does feel soft though. Sometimes the Tower comes out, and I looked at the animal for reference with this too. Like sometimes the Tower comes out and it's like, oh Jesus, let's brace ourselves. But this feels more gentle, and I have to tell you why this feels so nice is because, the Tower, I like to say that it's the great rearranger. And I get kind of happy, when the Tower comes out because it's like, oh my gosh, if the Tower comes in to realign you with your highest and best path. The Tower happens when you're not on it. Or there needs to be a certain shift to realign you with it or a lesson to learn, right? That's just what this is. So it's like, if we can just learn to embrace these Tower moments and be like, oh my gosh, please rearrange me It may be uncomfortable. It's a lot of change. It's a little intense, but I definitely want to be in alignment with my highest and best path. And I am in the school of life. So I am accepting and recognizing that the towers are just a part of life as well. And we can look at this as, I'm going to reference a Rufus Wainwright song right now, a tower of learning. Okay? A tower of learning. Again, all of this is about growth and ascension and upkick and all this good. Okay. What else is going on? What else is going on for Cancer? Okay, here's that number 8. It came out in the reverse, which is, yeah, it's definitely a good thing. So, so we got the 8 of Swords here. So this is that analysis paralysis and that mental prison in which we place ourselves. It's very air sign, right? It's the air sign in the mind with the swords here. This is in reverse. Ooh, okay, I'm getting something. Horses act from a place of intuition, energetically speaking, okay? As an energy, they're very, very intuitive. They do not overanalyze. They do not overquestion. They don't know the meaning of analysis paralysis, right? So the fact that this is in reverse, you may be coming out of a time where you're feeling the need to ask those questions or have the answers. It's just this beautiful, it's like, okay, cool. This is the gift of the Tower. It's going to elicit such a beautiful freedom within and for you. It just is. Let's get some clarifiers. Let's get some clarifiers. And also in your meditation, I was seeing or feeling like the Fool card, which is like fresh starts, brand new beginnings, etc., etc. Know what I mean? That's what it felt like freshness, newness. Okay, let's get a clarifier for this 8 of Wands here. Got the 8 twice. 2 of Wands. Okay, so I feel like this upward ascension, because think about it, you know, the Ace of Wands is that initial burst of fervor, energy, passion, direction. And you get to 2 of Wands. This is the process of making the map and the blueprint. You're deciding where you want to go. What is your next best step? And then it's going to happen really quickly. You're going to come to this and it's going to be like, oh, it's not just my next step. It's my next 6 steps. Look at these 2 wands as being the first 2 rungs on this ladder. Okay? So you're going to be here. You're making the map. You're making some decisions. You're seeing things clearly. You're tapping in with your passion, desire, and instinct. Instinct feels really important. And then it's like, okay, next step. Nope. Right up to the top. That's what this feels like. What this feels like, which is also another way of saying that you're going to be feeling really good about this new direction or upkick. Let's get a clarifier for this Tower here, my lovely Cancerians. And this is why we gotta love the Tower. 8 of Cups. This is moving away from thoughts, people, mindsets, outdated modes of being, thinking, feeling, acting, right? This is moving away from all of that. Right? Into calmer, clearer waters. Yes, there are going to be some broken cups, darling. Some broken cups. But you're not going to cut a foot because you're jumping up that ladder to the top. But that's what this Tower is about. I mean, you may be awakening to some partnerships or dynamics or even work dynamics that are just not aligning with where you are anymore. This is a quick ascension. Not everyone's going to survive the trip with you. It's like the universe is preparing you to manifest something, and they're asking you to leave behind energies that got you to where you are, but you cannot take with you anymore in order to manifest the abundance that's coming towards you. Again, this feels very much like freedom and instinct. I keep hearing that. Instinct, instinct, instinct. I feel like there are going to be some surprises. I keep getting this picture of like a leprechaun. Like a leprechaun, like leaving little like gold. I feel like it's literally going to happen like magic. And you're going to see these things as the horse and you're going to be like, oh my God, this is a good sign. This is a good sign. And I'm not just talking about synchronicities. It's something else. I don't even know if there's a word for it. It's like, what is a synchronicity that is so undeniable that no one would dare call it a coincidence? Does anybody have the answer to that? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Let's get a clarifier for this 8 of Swords. 2 of Swords. So you've got 2 of Wands and 2 of Swords. Okay, this is really crazy. Look, guys, you've got the 8 of Wands and the 2 of Wands, right? 8 of Cups, and And then you've got the Eight of Swords with the Two of Swords. This is so crazy. This is going to be a quick change. There's a quick change. I do feel like you are being asked to step into a place when it comes to where you're going next, to step into a place of, what does this feel like? It feels like the All-Father. If you guys are at all familiar with Odin from Norse mythology, I mean, even if you're not, he's called the All-Father, and he hung himself upside down from the tree of knowledge in order to gain wisdom. It really feels like you're being asked to see and interpret directives from the universe, from yourself, whatever have you, from your intuition even, because of the horse, and then act on them in a way with full confidence. I feel like you're going to want to do that, but I feel like there's this feeling of a risk. I'm feeling like it's a risk, or it feels like a risk, because it's something new. It's a change. It's like time to make a change or reroute somehow. After this Tower and this Eight of Cups, it's almost like a fresh slate, and you're like, okay, well, what do I do now? And I feel like it's going to hit you and you're going to know. And I feel like you are being, here's the difference. Here's what they're saying. The Eight of Swords in the upright is analysis paralysis, mental prison, not seeing the forest through the trees, or the trees through the forest. I never get that saying right. The Two of Swords can be actively taking the conscious time to really think about your next best steps before committing to anything. This isn't overthinking it. This isn't coming from a fear-based mentality. This is actually, I think you kind of feel like you're being asked to be an air sign in alignment a little bit with this, right? This does not last long. This is like let me take a breath. Okay, I'm good. This can go on and on and on. This Eight of Swords, on and on and on and on and on and on. So they're saying, yes, you can think about it, take a moment to like check in around it and everything. But these signs that are going to be coming in are going to be so undeniable. You're not going to need 8 swords, it's just 2. And I feel like this has a lot to do with like your own personal freedom and confidence. It really feels that way. But it does feel like there's a risk where something that I don't even know if it is really a risk. It just feels that way. And I know change can be challenging for, even the best of us, even the most evolved, But this is really about, it's like, okay, you can take a brief intermission before making a decision on something. You may not take the full 3 acts. Right? I'm getting an image of like a reader who like has a question, they pull a card, but they don't like the answer. Then they pull another one, another one, another one. And they end up so freaking confused by the end of it. They have no idea what's going on. I literally just saw that. I'm also hearing to go with your gut on this too. Go with your gut. But this is taking a time from a mental sphere and delegating yourself, darlings. Delegating yourself. Let's get an archangel. But it really feels like we're talking about a brand new direction. And with the greatest risk comes the greatest reward sometimes. It really feels like what we're talking about here. It really does. All right, let's get an angel card from Kansas. What's the advice? Remember how I've been going on and on and on about this number 8 and how it's the number of prosperity and abundance? High prosperity and abundance. Archangel Ariel, your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. Huzzah and eureka. Maybe part of the reason this feels like a risk is it feels like a financial risk. Changing jobs or going out for something that you may have to take time off work to do. Like, this just feels okay. I'm hearing to, yes, take a moment to think about it and be wise, but I'm really hearing that these signs that are coming in, whatever this Tower has called from your energy. Okay, Siren, thank you very much. This is the gold at the end of the rainbow. And was I not talking about leprechauns? Hello. There's a lot of money here. There's a lot of abundance to be made here. These things that are being called away from you or you're no longer aligning with, it really is so that you can get to this point of prosperity. Also green is the color of the heart chakra. So this is prosperity that's also emotionally fulfilling too. It's not just like you're at a dead-end job that you don't love, but you're making a lot of money. That is not what we're talking about here. This is where the heart and the pocketbook align. Oh my God. I feel like that's what I should call this reading, when the heart and the pocketbook align. Oh God. But I'm excited for y'all. Number 8, the prosperity, abundance, all these things. You have 8s all over here. So I'm really excited for y'all. This is what it is. This is all you really need to know.